Welcome to the TED Ed Podcast, where we delve into the issues that shape our daily lives and drive our productivity. We confront topics that matter deeply to all of us, from healthcare and affirmative action to voting rights and monetary success and failure. We cover it all. And yes, we dive into the complex world of politics, exploring how our country has evolved from slavery to the 21st century. Our content is crafted with care and expertise, drawing from years of experience in these critical areas. We invite you to give the TED Ed podcast a listen. You won't be disappointed. Share your thoughts with friends and confidants, and don't forget to like, comment, and share our episodes. Your engagement helps us grow and reach more listeners. Are you passionate about these topics? Do you have unique insights to share? You could be one of our guest speakers. Drop us a line, send an email, or leave a comment. All requests will be considered. Join us on this journey of exploration and understanding. This is the TED Ed Podcast. Thank you, and enjoy the show.
We are here, people. We are here. We are here. We are here. We are discussing a lot of stuff that has to do with our country here and how stupid our people and stuff are. All that bad talk that Donald Trump been using and he dogging people out and everything. Damn it, that little fucker, and I'm saying it to his thing, you little redhead, red-faced fucker, decides now that he wants to call up India and make amends to them. But the Prime Minister of India and stuff has refused his phone calls all day today. He doesn't want to talk to him anymore. He done screwed up with that country. He's trying to get himself back because he realizing that India is going to be a valuable resource in this war with his folks over there in the Republic of China. He is a fool, a damn fool. And he does not understand politics. He does not understand negotiations and stuff outside this country because everybody not going to take his shit like these people here in the United States are taking his shit. They eating this shit. Them people at the daggone council, it's a cabinet member. They had a meeting yesterday. All of them sitting down there and they praising that son of a gun just like he is the Lord on earth right now. And
Ed,
he is sucking that
diplomacy
shit up.
is a skill, Ed. Diplomacy is a skill.
I understand that. And he does not have that.
Thank you.
And he's not he has people in his in the cabinet and stuff who does have those skills, but he hasn't. And he's not listening to them. And I'm telling you, that old boy that's sitting right next to him, and I know you probably ain't gonna say too much and everything, but I guess that's about as high as we're gonna get and everything. And that's Rubio. He has the skills and stuff to do what he needs to get done, or at least some of the stuff, but Trump not listening to him, and he ain't exercising his daggone right, his authority and stuff as Secretary of State to tell him, Mr. President, you are wrong with what you were doing. Look at him sometimes when he's sitting there with Trump. I watched him. I studied him. I studied my enemies, and I studied him. And you can see the disdain on his face when Trump starts talking about anything that he understands that he is absolutely stupid. But he has to follow him because he's the president. And I know he is sitting down there swallowing his pride big time. But now that he done screwed up, he's going to probably try to use him to get out there and open some doors back up. But India ain't listening. They already done made overtures and stuff to China. We're going to be trading partners. Damn that 50% that he's charging my country and stuff and everything to bring our goods and stuff into the United States. We're not going to do it. So he's lost all of his big trading partners, including Canada. But for some reason or another, the Canadian Prime Minister has reduced his reciprocal tariffs and allowing American goods to flow into Canada without tariffs on it. And people are looking at at Carney is saying, why the hell are you doing this? We got this rascal by his throat. But I have to look at Mark Carney and stuff, Ted, and realize that he is here. The man has no diplomatic, no political future at all. He's been a banker and stuff all his life. But he knows more about dealing with people diplomatically than that he knows more in his little finger than Trump ever did. He realizing that our country is being hurt, that the people in this country are being hurt by Trump policies. And he's realizing also that he also has trade deals outside of the United States. He got trade deals with Mexico. He's got trade deals with China. He's got trade deals with the European Union. He's got trade deals with United Kingdom. He's making trade deals with Australia. So he has found a way and stuff and everything to keep his country and his people and stuff working into all of these different areas that he has his stuff, his tentacles into and stuff right now. So he does not like to see the people in this country suffer. So he's allowing us to bring our products into Canada tariff-free. Magnanimous of that young man. The only thing that he is not allowing them to bring into the country tariff-free is the cars and trucks, because that has direct effect on the automobile industry in Canada. Other than that, everything else can come into there free. But hopefully he can get this point across to his premiers, because some of them ain't liking they want to choke off Trump any way they can. They hate him. They want to choke Trump off, but he realizes that he's also injuring the people in this country, because we are already paying out through our nose and stuff with these tariff shit that's happening. So I thank him for doing that. Now, China ain't doing that. They choking the crap out of Trump and the people here in this country. He been trying to get them precious, them rare earth metals from China, and China been sitting there dangling this shit in front of his face. And every time he try to reach at it, they pull it back a little bit further. He done reduced their tariffs all the way down 25%. And he keep, well, we got to keep talking with him. After they August deadline and went back, his trade person said, hey man, it's demand today and stuff, Trump, you got to do something here. We got to keep these people at the bargaining table, because we ain't getting what we want, and they ain't giving a shit about us and what we got to say. Oh, so he had another 90 days, and 90 days in, on the day that is very valuable to me, people, it's my birthday. On my birthday, this new extension ends. So it'll be a momentous day for me and for China. Ted, is embarrassing. It is absolutely embarrassing, man, what we are seeing going on here. I mean, absolutely embarrassed. I am ashamed. Really, I am. I'm ashamed. And I know it's not my fault. A lot of people voted his buddy in, but it's a shame. But I tell you what, them daggone Republican congressmen and stuff out there, some of them son of guns got the nerve to stand up there in front of their people and get booed and still try to lie to them.
Ain't no try. They just flat out lying.
They just flat out lying to these people. They just stand up there and the people booing them. Ooh, shame, shame, shame. And some of them ain't shame. Some of them, they just walk away. They don't want to hear that stuff.
They ain't
But
worried about it because they know it ain't gonna. It might
yeah,
not be a vote or it's gonna be cheated. So they
I
ain't worried about it.
believe that all them summer guns who've been doing that stuff, Ted, and they about ready to lose their job. But some of them don't want to lose their job, and they trying to sit down there and I watched them sit there and hoodwink some of their constituents. Now a lot of them don't even show up because they just get up and walk out the daggone room because they don't want to hear that shit because they know that he's lying or she is lying. But they got some nerve now. They got some nerve. They'll stand up there. But a lot of them, they don't even show up. They don't come to nothing. I guess they decided that they want to come to these ribbon cutting ceremonies and stuff for new wings on the hospital or opening up some big affair and everything. So they show up at the ribbon cutting ceremonies, figuring that they can get by. But these people are following them around, booing them, everything, and they just realizing that they done screwed up. But I got to give my brother an honor here and everything because he took the cake, Ted. Just like we said yesterday. When you gonna get your head out of Trump's ass? And it might sound kind of ugly and nasty and everything, but he telling the truth. He got his head all up in his butt. Yeah. And allow him to destroy their state. I can't believe that this one congressman said it's the state's fault. Got the budget they passed. It's the state. You all got to realize it's the state. You don't know the Constitution. I guess he thought some of the people looked at him and everything. I guess they said, well, maybe it is the state because had such conviction behind what the hell he said. The Lord said, Genesis 6 and 19. he quoted the Bible to him. You don't even know what the hell Genesis 6 and 19 is. Oh, people, it's a shame. Now, this is not going on, folks, in these blue states. It's going on out there in these red states that we're talking about. Iowa, Missouri, Oklahoma. It's not going on in our state. It's an awful shame. Awful, awful shame. Anybody who is the president of the United States that tells the news media, I can do what I want to do. That sounds like when he was first running for election and he said, I can shoot somebody on Fifth Avenue in New York and ain't nothing going to happen to me. And nobody said a word about it. And he is absolutely right today. I can do what the hell I want to do. I can do what I want to do. And man, one of the news people said a damn thing. Because they know he damn near doing everything they want to do. Well, Ted, I'm going to get off my soapbox here and let you have a few words. I'm going to sit back and enjoy this show.
What I want to talk about, Freddie Mae and Freddie Mac. Freddie Mae and they were, in 2024 over $4.3 trillion in assets. 4.3 trillion in assets. Although they're losing money. However, they got all his assets And that's where it's at when you got assets, not liabilities, assets, because they can always make that up. The question is the reason why is because there's not a whole lot of houses being built to the capacity of people that want a house. The thing, what tickles me, and this is when I say tickle, it's just a word. You got Ackerman, Bill Ackerman, I guess his name is. Is it Ackerman or Bill Ackman? He's a multi-billionaire. He runs uh, Pershing Square. He handles a lot of money. He's a multi-billionaire. He's not a huge, big-time billionaire, but the reason why I know him back in the 2000s, he was coming after one of the companies that I used to do my side hustle with, which was Herbalife.
Mm-hmm.
And he literally destroyed that company. Destroyed it. I mean, they're still in existence, but he just took it down. And this dude is after that company to make it go as an IPO, both of them. Now, here's the thing with that particular company, because it's government ran and all of that. What happens is that a lot of these people get 3, 4, 5, 6 months behind on their mortgages, but they don't foreclose on them.
Why not?
They don't.
Why? Why not?
Because they got all kind of deals and schemes and little workout plans and all that stuff for these homeowners. There's, they own hundreds of thousands of, homes, that they make deals with all these people out there with homes. You got a large percentage of people out there that has these Freddie Mae and Freddie Mac, Fannie Mae and Freddie Mac deals. That's the reason why they want to have this thing government owned. You have the financial part of it, who actually runs the financial part. This guy, he's the one that, if I'm not mistaken, reported on the lady, the governor for the Fed. He looked into her records, and he looked at it and said it was something nefarious about it, but he might have just sort of kind of, trying to get in grace with Trump.
Well, he did. He got in good graces with Trump because that's what he wanted to do. Start firing those board of governors.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So the thing is, here's the thing, is that there's a large percentage of us that have these kind of loans.
Yeah, because they said that he's, according to them, the reason why he's supposed to be nefarious because she had 2 properties that she supposedly had to say was her primary home. But you don't know exactly when she got the loans and stuff. She could have got a loan and said it's my primary home, and then turn around and got another loan and stuff and said that this property over here is my primary home. 2 different times. So, and that's what, and I guess girlfriend Lisa Cook said she's gonna sue him if you try to fire her.
Yeah, she's already put that lawsuit in already, bro.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, she's supposed to be putting it in today. That's what they say.
Okay.
But the thing is that here's the thing: when they do this IPO, it's gonna blow up.
Why you say that?
Blow up because see, this financial guy, he's gonna tinker with it and making sure that money is being made. It's gonna be a lot of foreclosures. It's gonna devastate the financial and the housing industry. And this is when these big companies, money market companies, gonna start buying them up. But I just say,
So it's- what you were saying is that the people who are going to be buying up those stocks and everything in that company and everything is going to force these foreclosures. They are not that company, but the people who are buying up these.
yeah, that's exactly right. I mean, because the fact is that if if you get 2-3 months behind on your mortgage,
Right. They're
they're
going to
taking that thing
foreclose.
from you.
Right.
Some of these people are 6 months or more. And like I said, they got all kind of little special programs for some of these people so they can keep their homes. Because this is what keeps this country running. Cars and homes. Cars and homes. Those are the two major purchases that people buy. That's the reason why for whatever reason, they have sort of kind of shut down on building homes on a mass scale. Maybe they know something we don't know as far as the population and what have you. But they keep on talking about, oh, these young people need homes and stuff. No, what they're doing is they're building all kind of apartment complexes, making money off of that. That's the reason why they stopped building as many homes. Like last month, what did they say? They only did less than 1 million homes. And at this pace, they have to do at least 2 million homes a month, and that's not being built. So, because people are buying homes every year, you got people graduating from college, you got people graduating from high school. They're looking for homes. A lot of people want new homes because some of these neighborhoods in downtown or near downtown or even parts of some suburbs, they can't afford them homes. Them homes is like $6,000, $8,000, $100,000. The average person now paying $400,000 for a new home. $400,000.
Mm-hmm.
That's ridiculous. But because most homes in the last 4 years doubled in value. A lot of homes doubled in value. If your home was worth 300,000, it's worth 500,000, 600,000 now. And the reason why he wants the loan mortgage rate to go down so people can do these HELOCs or refi. So what does that mean? When you start doing refis and HELOCs and all that, what happens is that people got money in their pocket. And what people gonna do with their money? They're gonna buy new cars, they're gonna buy new clothes, they're gonna take vacations, they're gonna spend money because they're taking that equity out of that house. It's a game, bro.
It is. It is. It's a
And that's the
game,
reason why. That's the reason why he's. That's
but
the
it's
very
but
reason why. And and hey, I played that game. But the thing is, here's the thing. Because this country is moving so fast, people coming in, people going out, people moving, all kinds of stuff. And when you're young, okay, that's fine. But when you are getting at a certain age, you can't keep up with that shit.
well, that's because once you're retired or you get up there and everything, your income becomes fixed. And
Yeah.
these folks out there are accelerating not your debt, but they're accelerating all the uh, alternate items out there. Your home insurance is going up. Your taxes and stuff is going up. All those affecting stuff, and you staying in there. And in Florida, you see what's going on there. These people own their properties and stuff and can't afford to own a house, but they don't owe anything, no mortgage at all, because they can't afford to pay the daggone home insurance because of disaster that's been going on. And it's not only in Florida and stuff, too. It's probably that's all over the country, man. These insurance companies and stuff are raising their rates up, man, astronomically for the homeowners and stuff, because they're trying to offset some of these disaster loans, disaster payouts that they have to pay. And Florida is one of the reasons why, and California is one of the reasons why, because they had to pay out all that money. They're trying to recoup that money from the other folks and stuff that's not even in California or Florida. Hell, my homeowners insurance went up almost $1,000 a month, a year. That's a lot of money, but I can't even imagine it going up $6,000 and $7,000 and stuff and everything like they have down there in Florida. I cannot imagine that. That's just too much. That's almost a house note, paying your daggone home insurance. So, and if you're on a fixed income, you can't afford that. So I've been reading that a lot of people who own their homes, own their condos and stuff, they're trying to sell the daggone thing to get out money because they can't afford to pay the daggone insurance on it, even though they own it. We got a lot of bad stuff going on. A lot of bad stuff.
That's because the people are greedy, bro.
It is. I know. Yes, that greed is a decided. It's a factor out there. Yeah, it's getting bad, man. It is getting bad. Uh, so I understand this stuff. Why you decide to give up your home and go and get you an apartment. But in some ways and stuff, that's can be kind of bad too and everything, because every year they raising your rent, raising your leases up and everything. Hey, here we go. You're gonna jack it up another $100 a month and everything. So hey, whew, can't depend on that. Utilities are going up, electricity costs going up,
Everything goes up, bro. That's been
everything.
going on for ages. But here's the thing: this guy, his name is William J. Putt, Pulte or Putty. I don't know how you pronounce his last name, but he had some problems with his finance, but they still nominated him and gave him the job. However, he's a snake. I saw his confirmation, listened to him. And I did a little research on him, but I didn't go down a rabbit hole. But the point is that you can tell his whole thing was, we're going to privatize Freddie Mae. We're going to privatize all of it. So that's going to be an IPO, and then the government going to get about $200 billion out of the deal, and then all those homes. I don't know. That's what I'm trying to figure out. What they're going to do with all those homes? Because all those homes, that means somebody or something got.
These folks and stuff who are buying this stuff out, they want those properties, because if you notice in everything, if you got the Fannie Mae and FHA loans and everything, if the property goes belly up and you say that the property is worth a lot more than what you got out there, what's going to happen is that the government is going to have to make up that difference and everything if that property is being sold. So if they turn around and sell the property at a discount and they're losing money, that they have lost and stuff, and that with those homes and stuff and everything, the government gonna have to make it up. So that $200 billion that you're talking about and everything probably gonna be a drop in the bucket compared to what the heck they're doing. They probably looking at $1 trillion that the government's gonna have to pay them.
Well, this is all about making money, and
It is. It is. I
this is
believe
what
it's gonna be.
Ackman is all about.
That's a
He don't
low.
he
That
don't
two
care
hundred billion
about
is low.
he don't care about the people that's going to be losing their homes or trying to keep their homes.
They don't care. They don't
So,
care. They don't care. They get thrown out of their home and they get homeless. They got children. That doesn't register in their mind. All it registers is that dollar is going into their bank account. That's the only thing they register with it. How much more money can I make? And then what's going to happen to you? Just like you said, what's going to happen to those homes? They're going to turn around and they're going to sell those homes at rock bottom prices. So anybody who's got any money that's left over and everything, you can go out there and buy you a home dirt cheap.
well,
House
here's the
cost
deal. Here's the
house
deal. This
costs $400,000. You might get it for 150.
here's the deal. Here's the deal. This is what it's a crime shame that we don't have. We do have some financial geniuses out there. It's a bunch of them out there, but hey, they're all about themselves. You know, they try to take it themselves. I'm talking about black folks. But here's the deal: what you can do, you can open up community banks. Don't take much to open up a community bank. You can make that. You can do a community bank on the corner, and you open up a community bank. You can open it up for a couple of $100,000, and then you have to have so much guaranteed deposits, and you got to have so much in the bank. So, and all you got to do is start buying them homes, the ones that's in good standing or decent standard, and you taking care of those people to make sure they don't lose their homes. This is what these millionaires and billionaires can do with their money. They claim they
They,
care about black folks so much.
they're not going to do that because
I know they're not.
they have had that opportunity for a long time to
I
do
know
that.
they ain't gonna do that either.
And this will be a damn good idea and stuff and everything, Ted, for some of those athletes and stuff and everything who were bringing in those multi-million-dollar contracts and pooling their money together and creating these banks and stuff and everything in all these communities and stuff around the
But
country
you
and
gotta have that
in these
shit
blue
real
states.
tight, bro.
I
Because
understand
see,
you
the
do.
one thing they'll do is they'll try to sabotage you.
I understand they do that, and that's the name of the game. But just that's the name of the game, and that's what you have to deal with and everything if you want to start doing something for the folks out there. So whatever money that you want to invest in that they're going to thing is it's going to bring you back a return no matter what. Because if you got that real estate and stuff sitting there in your portfolio in that bank and everything, you got some money. You're not going to lose all of it, and you helping folks
But
out
it's
just like you said.
that right there is a whole lot of paperwork, a lot of work.
It
You have to
is.
know a
It
lot
is.
about.
It is.
Uh,
So that means that there's some jobs out there then, right?
Absolutely, because there's
Yeah.
a lot of people that's got a lot of knowledge out there
Yes,
too.
sir.
A
There's
lot of
some
people
jobs
know
out
about
there.
mortgages. A lot of people know about real estate. A lot of people
Absolutely.
know
There's some
about
work. There's
taxes.
some
A
there's some
whole lot of
jobs.
people.
There's
But the
some
question
jobs out there.
is that where is the leadership? See, this is what I don't like about all these social programs they got out there, which is good, and they serve its purpose, but it's duplicated, many times over. And this is all about we live in a capitalist society, and you have to have a car, you want a home, and you should want a business. So those people that's out there that's right now might be making, if they're fortunate enough, be making 75, six figures or what have you. The thing is that, you talking about these agencies, a lot of these agencies, man, they got to step up their plate and start talking to some of these millionaires and billionaires and telling them, hey, y'all got to do better, because here's what's going to go down. Y'all see it. I know y'all know about it, that these people going to lose their homes. I mean, I read the stuff a few months ago, the breakdown on how many people is behind on their rent, their mortgages, and and they're having issues, with all what you just said earlier. So, and these people need help, especially if you got all these government workers that bought homes and they out of a job, and pretty soon their little severance pay gonna be gone.
It's gone now. A lot of them are gone now. A lot of them have ran out of money right now, and they're getting desperate to do whatever they can to save whatever they got.
So you done
Probably,
invested all
probably,
that money. These young
probably getting ready
people
to lose their
in their
cars.
30s and 40s got kids going to school, invested all that money into your home, and you lost your job.
And you just got your last severance check. I'm smiling, folks, but I shouldn't be. That's not. It's not funny because this you. I'm looking at as some tears and some hurt and some parents and stuff and everything who go to sleep and everything, wondering if they when that the boogeyman gonna come there and knock on the door and tell them they got to get out of their house.
And I'm just telling you right now, the federal government is not going to help you out.
It's not. They're
As
not.
long as
They
you
are
got this
not.
knucklehead right here,
No
that's going to
way.
be that's running the show.
No way they're gonna help you out. Now there are some shyster companies out there and stuff down who got money and they trying to suck these folks in and stuff and everything, and these loans that they got, just like you were just saying, Ted, they got folks out there to keep people in their home. They're gonna give them a loan. We're gonna give you a loan and stuff on the equity in your property. You got the equity in your property. We're gonna give you a loan for that equity and everything to keep them afloat. And a lot of people, man, are taking advantage of that money to stay afloat.
And if your house is worth 400,000, you only owe two.
Right. So they're going to give you at least $100,000 and stuff in equity in your
And you run
property,
through that 100,000 like it ain't nothing.
like it ain't nothing, because you got to turn around there. You got to make that extra payment. Plus, you still got that $200,000 mortgage you got on your property out still sitting there that you still got to pay for. So you got two house notes that you got to pay, a second and a first, just to stay afloat.
Or if you just refi, and now instead of owing 200, you owe 300, and the interest rate is going to be higher. It ain't going to be no regular interest rate now.
Ain't no 3% loans no more out there. They out there, Ted. They ripping us off.
Well, this is the game they play, and the thing is that's why right now there are 34 million people have got their homes paid off. The only thing they have to pay for is their property tax
And they
and their
probably
insurance.
and they might be susceptible to getting them one of those loans because they can't afford to pay their property taxes and live and pay all the other stuff and keep their kids in school and all the
Well,
other
they can
stuff.
do a nice little line of credit,
Yep.
25,000, 50,000, and sort of that
And
little
get back
50,000.
and get back into that into that note payment. But it's only a stopgap, just like you're saying. It's only going to last for a certain period of time. So you just holding off the devil,
Yeah, and your chance of getting another
keeping the devil at
six-figure
bay, and
job
hope
is
that
going to
you
be
can be
hard
able
because
to do better later.
these corporations, man, they're going straight AI now.
Well, they still
They're
got jobs
spending
out there.
billions on AI.
They got jobs out there. You just got to get out there and figure out where it's at. There are jobs out there. There are jobs out there, and there are people and stuff who are hiring folks.
But here's the thing, though,
That
bro. Here's the thing. I'm just throwing this out because most of us, most black people, went to college. Some of them got their master's degree, even PhDs, and you lost your job, and your neighbor next door is doing fine, the neighbor next to you is doing fine, across the street is doing fine. You by yourself. You ain't got nobody to talk to or help. Nobody, you might have family or whatever, but the point is that you out there by yourself. You ain't gonna be asking nobody for no favors or nothing like that. You figure you're gonna try to make it by yourself. And you got hundreds of thousands of people just like that. You're in a predicament. You're trying to figure out, I got a job offer, but it's 50% of what I was making. That ain't gonna be enough. You making six figures now? They want to offer you 50, 60,000. So what are these people supposed to do, Ed? That's what I'm trying to figure out. See, we're talking about the poor. We talk about the poor, or I say broke people. They're not poor. They broke. Because they still got a roof over their head for right now and all that, and they got food to eat. But the point is that you get these people that's used to accustomed for years, 20 years, 25 years, living in that upper class, I would say middle class, upper middle class, not even, they're not even the 10 percenters, but they're in the upper middle class. The wife might be making 60, 70,000 or vice versa. The husband's making six figures, or the wife might be making six figures. So you're making 150, 60, $70,000 in the house. He lost his job, or she lost her job. That six-figure job is gone. I'm just talking real. I'm just saying, the thing is that when you get these kind of people that's going through these struggles, then it takes a toll on our community as a whole. It takes a toll on our community as a whole. As far as, building up what we call generational wealth. They're taking that generational wealth from these families. Because the average person that works for a government job or even a corporation, you expect to work there for 25, 30 years, retire, get your pension, and you got your Social Security, you got your savings and investments, and you good. That ain't happening. When you got this kind of knucklehead up in the office that don't give a shit about people. So what should we do as a people, or even as a country? Because it ain't just black folks; it's some white folks too that's going through the same shit. And some of these people get depressed, bro. It's almost like what they call it, not ESP, but whatever the hell they call it. They get this mental thing going on in their brain, and next thing you know, they're depressed. And they might be depressed for 6 months. And a lot of people don't look at all of those things and those scenarios, man, because, people are human. You spend your whole life doing what you've been doing for 20 years. Now all of a sudden you got nothing. No place to go. And don't nobody want you. That's a fact.
Mm-hmm.
They might hire you and use you up for a minute and clown you for a minute, and then next thing you know, in a year or two, they let you go. And you're making half of what you was making. Ooh, you was making you was making 125,000 working for the government. Oh, wow, that's nice. Well, the only thing we can pay you is 60,000.
Hey, that's a reality, brother. That's a reality.
So I'm just saying that to me, these nonprofit organizations, these people that's supposed to be all the, unifying people and what have you, these people need to get into an auditorium, every city, all up and down. I'm just telling you what I think they should be doing. They need to get into and start talking and figuring out shit. Figuring it out. You got to figure this shit out because this right here is all about stopping people from moving up. They want everybody to be poor or broke. The only people that's gonna make it is the 10%ers. That means you got to be working on. You have to be worth over $100 million plus. Now, if you live in a modest area like I do, I assume you're doing the same thing. I live modestly. I don't live big time. Shit, I don't even have a damn car. You know, shit. I ain't worried about it. I don't buy no clothes. You know, I live very modest. I don't have to have a whole lot of bullshit.
Nothing. Nothing else.
I lived in Chicago and I lived in the country. And country was better. Just very modest and very, you know, hey, if I, you know, if I could grow a garden somewhere, I'd be doing that. I'm just saying. The thing is that a lot of people are accustomed living a certain lifestyle, bro. And these people have been living that lifestyle for 20, 25 years, bro. And that's hard to break. That's hard to break, bro. I feel for them, man. You know, just because, you know, and I ain't never been jealous of them. Some of them making $150,000, $200,000 shuffling paper, but that's okay. You know, I'm happy for you. You know, you went to school, you got your master's, you might have your MBA and all that. You go apply for a corporation, they're gonna say, "Where you been? You didn't apply 10 years ago to try to get a job here." So this is the deal, man. This is some serious stuff, and I think that some of these, I mean, I don't know who can come up with it, but some of these Congress people can make this stuff happen. You need to start putting these people in auditoriums, hundreds and thousands of them all over the city, and talk about this stuff and figure it out to get these people online. Because Donald Trump trying to destroy everybody that he can. He didn't destroy the farm. The farmers are done, bro. The farmers done. Manufacturing, he full of shit because we know the manufacturing coming back is all going to be AI and robotics. He trying to destroy the car shit, you know. So you know, I'm gonna tell you, the dude ain't nothing but a secret agent as far as I'm concerned. He want to destroy this country, man. Everything that he's doing is destroying this country. And then he used this is what these people use, Ed. The left. They ain't nothing but socialists. They ain't nothing but communists. The left. You know, and you know, I'm just trying to figure out what is these
them
people
damn
talking about?
Democrats.
They don't call them Democrats no more.
The damn Democrats.
They don't call them down. You know, he just the left.
Socialists.
Socialists, communists.
Socialist people.
I mean, y'all. I mean, the thing, and I'm telling you, bro. He just, and then he. Okay, let me shut up because I can go on and on. But go ahead.
I know you can. We about to end here, brother. We about to sitting around the end here and stuff. This time that flew by here, man. I'm just sitting up in here, and ooh, man,
I just gave him a solution because there's hundreds of thousands of people right now. What I was just talking about here is going through that shit right now. I feel the pain. And those Congress people need to get off their ass and get out there and have meetings with these people. Sitting up there talking, all they doing is talking about, oh, he doing this, he doing that. Nobody want to hear that shit. We already know what he doing. What you gonna do for solutions? That's what I want to see. What the hell are you going to do for solutions? You sitting up there, oh, what he doing is against the law. We taking him to court. You got to do better than that.
Hmm.
And you got a whole lot of what they call Republicans or red hats going through the same shit.
Well, we all, as I said before, Ted, we all rocking in that same boat, man. It's not just the blue states, well, folks and everything. There's some folks in them red states too. They hurting like hell. I pity them daggone farmers, man, who done lost their daggone farms, and they got and they harvesting here, and next month they're gonna be harvesting a whole bunch of stuff up there in Iowa and Illinois and
What they gonna do?
Indiana.
Throw it in the garbage?
They're gonna put it out in the fields, man. They're gonna put a big old tarp on the ground, man, just dump it on the ground because the silos are full. They can't put it no place else. They done grew it up. They done grew the crop. Now it's getting ready to be harvested. They got to go out there and harvest it. And some of the people and everything, Ted, and I hate to say it and everything, but some of them gonna go out there with what they ain't gonna go out there with their combine. They gonna go out there with their tractors and put that plow on the back of that daggone thing and plow them daggone fields under. The silos is full. Ain't no sense in creating more debt because just to get if you harvest this stuff, you gotta get the semi trucks out there, you gotta get your combines out there, and they got to put that stuff into these trucks and
But Ed,
everything, and then transport them back someplace.
but Ed, these Democrats won't even videotape that shit. Won't even put it out there to see what the farmers are going through right now. All you got
I
to do is get
I
a dozen
I
places,
think
go to a
I
dozen
think I
states.
think Ted, what has happened is that some people have went out there to these farms, and guess what they found out? That this knucklehead, they still have, uh, they still consider Trump to be their friend, and they sit there and they hold on to wherever that they can hold on to, and
Because they think they won't get a check. Because they think they're
right,
going to get a check.
yeah, they still have his back. They say, well, maybe he'll do better. I watched him, man. I saw CNN send some people out there to Nebraska. Now they had a couple of people and stuff who said it, but the rest of them folks and stuff, man, they said, well, uh, we still like Trump and all that, and we hoping that he will straighten this thing out. And just like you just said, some of those people and everything, they probably think that he is their only hope now to straighten things out. And if they talk against him, they won't get anything.
That's for sure.
Yeah. So anyway, that's our show, people. We trying to tell you all this stuff and everything with what the heck going on, and we shall see you guys tomorrow. Have a good day, no matter what. And your people out there, do whatever you can to save your home, keep your kids with a roof over their head. And I'm praying for you. We praying for you that things will
That we
turn around.
doing.
Goodbye.